All right, guys, we're back. Another TFT podcast. Angelo here. Today I'm joined by James Bailey. He came all the way from North Carolina to join us on the podcast. Welcome, man.
Yeah, nice to be here. Nice to be here. Thank you.
First podcast for James. First flight, too.
Yeah, first everything.
Yeah, first everything. Appreciate you coming out, though, and it was a bit last minute. When I heard your story, it was pretty cool, and I just wanted to kind of get to know you a little bit more. So why don't you just give the people a bit of background on, who you are?
Yeah, so I'm James Bailey. I'll be 32 years old next week. I'm from Laurinburg, North Carolina. Many people did not know where Laurinburg, North Carolina
No, I had no idea.
It's a little small, maybe one street light. And
damn.
We only have one of every restaurant. Don't have...
It's very rural.
Yeah, rural North Carolina. So I've been farming since 2019, and coincidentally, right before the pandemic started. So,
what were you doing before that? Before you were farming?
I was working a 9 to 5 at a grocery store. I was a produce manager.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was a produce manager.
So guys, to give you some context, your name on Discord is what? Farmer JB?
Yeah, Farmer JB.
Farmer JB. Yeah. So I thought it was interesting. We'll get into you got some payouts. You got to pay out. And I just thought it was interesting. You said you're a farmer.
Yeah.
Right. So you started what? You're working in a grocery store, and then what made you get into farming and stuff?
Yeah. So I returned back to the land and
the great return.
Yeah, returned back to the land because I was just thinking of around that time I wanted to get out of the 9 to 5 life. So right. I wanted to go straight entrepreneur route. And I'm just gauging my resources and what I have around me that could, transpire into me being a business owner. And farming was a no-brainer for me. In fact, my granddad had passed away in 2018. Mm-hmm. So that really sparked my
interest. Was a farmer.
Yeah, he was a farmer. So down in the area where we're from, the farm is in Lumberton, North Carolina. So that's kind of by Fayetteville. I don't know if you heard of Fayetteville.
I think I was looking at the airport.
Yeah. So we're right off 74 and 95 in Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
All of that's kind of situated there. But he founded the farmers market back there. He taught World War veterans when they came home. He was a pillar in the community. So, it was just kind of where it's like a no-brainer. And
sounds like a legend.
Yeah, very, very much. And then, I started looking into farming and looking at stuff to potentially grow. And the lettuce, spring mix, so that's what popped to me because I was telling you earlier, discovering that in California alone, the lettuce industry is $1 billion industry.
Right.
So it's dog, I just want to, let me just get a piece of that.
You want a slice of what's going on with that.
Yeah, let me just get a piece of that. So then it was then the next step was, funding. Mm-hmm. How am I going to make this happen? And one of my best friends introduced me to trading. And from there, I never turned back because I saw the potential and what it can do and how it was really life changing.
And how did your friend find it? Through social media?
He found out from a friend as well.
Right.
And then
the referral based.
Yeah. But the thing about it is we never did IML.
Right.
We didn't fall into that booby trap. It was always.
Well, you were a little bit older, so you started trading when you were what, 31 or no 30?
Yeah, 29, 30. Because because around the same time, because it was a lot going on. Funded for the farm. Found out my lady was pregnant. Mm-hmm. It was just a lot of stuff. I'm just oh hell, I gotta
make some fucking moves.
Yeah, gotta make it shake.
Yeah.
So I really locked in and trial and error. And makes it. I didn't even mention it, but I had started trading November of 2019.
Yep.
And I got funded and got an $8K payout from my Forex funds in May.
That's wild.
Within those few.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then of course I blew the account.
So going back to college, you said you went to Daytona Beach. You majored in management, information systems.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, so why didn't you use the degree? Right? What's like the story behind that?
I no longer had an interest in it. It didn't serve a purpose because, like, even then, it was just like, I mean, even that, like, you can be your own boss. You can have your own, like, consulting business, whatever.
Right.
But I was just like, I didn't.
You weren't passionate about it enough. Yeah,
I wasn't passionate. And then, like, I also left school down there after a couple of years due to the recession and all kinds of stuff, like 2008, 2009, around that time frame. It was balls to the walls. So I did 2 years there. Then I came back to North Carolina.
You just dropped out. You're like, fuck it.
Yeah. I just left because I'm just like, at this point, it's...
At least you recognized so you didn't keep stacking up loans, right?
Yeah, no, like, I couldn't... And I wasn't working. I wasn't doing anything. So it's like, I couldn't put that pressure on my parents to, And now, I'm just grateful to be in the place I'm in now. So it's like, just thinking back there, like, my dad sold his 57 Comet. For me just to be able to go to school.
Shit.
Stuff, so like I gotta get him a 57 Comet.
Yeah, you gotta pay this guy back, dude.
Yeah.
That's like big respect.
Yeah, so that's why but yeah, man, it's cool, man. It's great. But yeah, man.
So the farming started around the same time of trading, realistically.
Yeah, I sowed those seeds at the same exact time.
Shit.
Yeah, because like
tell the people a little bit more background. You told me you have some land that you're tilling, like the setup for the farming aspect of it. Yeah.
So like I do regenerative and sustainable agriculture. I've had to do like some initial tillage right now because the ground hadn't been like over years. The ground
and tell the people why that's not that good. The tillage.
Tillage is not good because if you think about like the greenhouse effect and soil erosion and all those type things, it's not good because over time the soil like it loses its life.
It's nutritional like whatever.
Yeah, so like value. Whether like your whatever like your
the potency of the minerals and stuff,
your organic matter, all that stuff over time. And say like that's why you have to have enough just prep plots and let them rest. So then you have to, you plant another plot and then let that one rest, come back.
Well, the thinking is that with the regenerative farming, you prep the land for like 1 to 2 years. And then by the time it's ready, the soil is very rich in minerals and whatever. Yeah. And then when you're putting seeds in there, they're just growing.
Yeah,
because
like
it's ready.
Seeds or transplants, either way. So like, cause I do a lot of I do like a light tillage, but then I do compost. So with compost, it's like with that, like you cut down all your fertilizer costs because now everything's organic. Only thing you really need is sun and water.
That's fire.
Yeah, at that point. So and that's why like I took the initiative to learn trading as well because I'm just like I know that once I get this initial capital and I have this money to do all the stuff that needs to happen, like over time, like you have such a low startup cost,
right?
And then the cost to maintain it is not as bad. So then that's why, like, you look at the grocery stores and everything is like all vegetables, produce, everything is like prices through the roof because you got high prices on fertilizer.
You know what's crazy? So it sounds like you're a skilled farmer, knowledgeable farmer, someone in agriculture. But undercapitalized. You said you have the land. Your family has land.
Yeah, it's family-owned land, completely debt-free. And that's why I didn't want to go get a loan.
Right.
Because I would feel better like funding it myself and something goes wrong, then something goes wrong, and then they're taking your land.
Then you got to declare bankruptcy or something. Yeah.
That's wild. So it's like, and I believe in growing slow so you don't owe. So, no matter, so how long, because like I was telling my mom the other day, I'm like, I have a way to make money.
Right.
And now I can, like, because the caterpillar tunnels and stuff that I need, they're like a couple grand a piece. But I want all 15 or so acres covered
with it, tunnels.
Yeah. But it's like, then it's like,
And what is the caterpillar tunnel? What does that do?
It's season extension. So if you think about a greenhouse, or like a hoop house, but you don't have fans inside, you don't have air conditioning, fans, all that type of stuff. So it's more just season extension, just keeping everything covered. So let's say we get a lot of rain down there. So those tunnels help me like be able to continue to work versus, if I'm uncovered, then I have to wait for the fields to dry. Like what I'm having to do it right now, I'm still waiting for the fields to dry. So, I haven't even got my first crop out yet or anything because it's like you need that season.
Damn, so it's like a big thing. Yeah.
And then it's like, you cut down on your pest pressure. So like all of the bugs, all of that stuff like that, cuts down on that. So, but yeah, and they're about a couple grand a piece. And then it's like, I got a 50K account with y'all now. So it's like, even per month, like, 4 to 5% or so, like that'll get me I can get a tunnel every month.
Get some equipment,
yeah. Or like, and I just got a 100K account as well. So, just trying to get max funded. I'm like shit.
You know what's interesting? Like you have so going back to like the farmer thing, so you're undercapitalized. Like imagine there was like a similar business for farming.
Yeah.
Like you have to prove that you can grow a crop during a certain amount of time, and then you get funded.
Oh, bro, that'd be
that'd be nuts.
Hey, maybe that, you know what I'm saying? And then like, well, we'll dive in that later on the NFT side. I'm like maybe have a little game or something.
Yeah. Yo, but listen. So you have a 50K account right now.
Yeah.
So go dialing it back because it's been two, maybe 3 years, right, since you got started with everything. Obviously, you said you had a little bit of success in the beginning with my Forex funds. So walk us through like day one. How did you get started, like with trading? Like, what did you do? Where'd you learn?
Man, and make it so bad. My boy, he gave me the information in like 2017, 2018. I never took it serious.
And why? Why'd you never?
I just thought it was too good to be true. Like, and then it's like, I'm seeing him trade and stuff like that, and I'm just like, that's your real money. That's what you made today, whatever. But then it's like, everybody was trading demo accounts back then.
Yeah.
So like
people still trading demo accounts.
Yeah, it looked good, so from there, I locked in with him. He refined himself because like we were really like breaking retest traders, breaking retest, session highs, session lows, some element of smart money, but not knowing it was smart
what
money.
It was, yeah.
Because we probably could use that same stuff today and like really be like
make
real
money,
profitable, yeah, but just not necessarily knowing. And I've always been that type of person that like dig deeper than because it's always like it's more than just what's on the surface.
It's more to the story.
Yeah. So then that's when I found my good friend ICT. My
boy legend.
Mike. Yeah, and just the
Wait, so when you first found him on YouTube, what did you think? Like were you hooked right away? Like what was it like?
Yeah, I just felt like he was about business. And like, a lot of people like shun him, a lot of people talk, and then I really feel like people don't got the mind capacity to sit there that long and to just, listen to him go off.
He's intense.
Yeah. Or like his rants and stuff that he gone. But then like, I just look at that where it's like, just how I look at the markets where it's like, you got some static in between, you got that consolidation in between before you go to where you need to go. And then it's like, and if you, you know what I'm saying? Like you'll skip through it and you'll be missed. Cause like I think the gold is
no
not
skips for you.
Yeah.
No skips.
I don't think the gold I don't think the gold is in the actual chart work, but what he's like just dropping it when he's randomly talking, that's the stuff that you need to really be hearing.
Right.
So yeah, where are we at? We I learned to trade.
So ICT, you found his YouTube for people that don't know what ICT is. I mean, I don't know too much about it. I just know a lot of people are making money now with his strategies, right? We have a lot of people on the podcast, on the interviews that are ICT traders. They're making money. So if people that don't know like what ICT is, maybe give them like a bit of a breakdown. In your own words.
I just think like knowing that somebody's been trading in these markets since the 90s. Like just as long as I've been born, got that experience over time. Like, you know, he was drawing out candles and stuff like back in the before there was, and you know, I won't say algorithm. People don't like the algorithm word,
right,
you know,
right.
But obviously
technology, the takeover.
Something is doing something.
Yeah.
You know, and
dude, yesterday I went into a Twitter space with ICT, and he was ranting about like the algorithms.
Yeah.
And I'll say one. I haven't heard listen to him much, but this is one thing that I listen to. He was like, you guys really think that the banks and these algos that the banks are programming are worried about where your TP and stop loss is? You know what I'm saying? You think they give a shit about someone working a grocery store that's placing their TP at this price? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think it was more because
that's all I know. About it. So give us the rundown.
But yeah, I mean, it's like it's real dope. It's real intricate, you know, because it's like, to me, it's like, okay, as a farmer, if I'm gonna pick somebody's brain, I want to pick somebody's brain that's been doing it for a very long time and have seen the changes, you know, over time happen. And, you know, and I feel like that's what he does. Like, you know, you've seen this stuff over and over and over, like, and it never changes. You know, he got us, you know, a statement where he says, every week, every day, and it won't stop. And it won't stop. Like, it's like, because, you know, we were breaking retest traders. We'll get in the trade, but then like it'll pull back on us, hit our stops, and then go right in our direction where it was going. Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, okay, this manipulation stuff that's happening, that's what I really needed to find out and
understand.
And then now I really only trade like Tuesday through Thursdays. Mm-hmm. Now I only trade about 3 days out the week. I let Monday come in, do its thing, look for Tuesday or Wednesday to potentially make the higher low of the week, and go from there. So like, you know, I'm able to get some good, you know. So Tuesday, Wednesday either make the, you know, higher the low of the week, depending on if we're bullish or we're bearish on the macro.
It's crazy to me how confident these ICT traders are.
Yeah.
In comparison to like other people that I've talked to. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, and so like, and then like, you know, I was able to put my boys on, like the same mm-hmm. ones that I started with, because like I went off on my own, like I went off and, you know, figured stuff out, and then I'm just like, you know, now I can come back and tell y'all or show y'all, and now actually it's up to y'all to put in that work.
Shit, yeah. And it's free.
It's free.
Free.
Yeah, and like, you know, and
for those that don't know, ICT, all the videos, YouTube, right?
Free 99.
Free 99.
Free 99. You can't, and that's my thing. You know, like I don't knock people that's, you know what I'm saying, like
hustling, selling courses, whatever.
And I feel like they probably the ones that can't really trade.
But the best course is free.
Yeah, because I'm just like, that's the way I'm looking at it too. I'm just like, if somebody really profitable, they making money, so that they're not necessarily about to be trying to sell a course. I'm not trying to sell a course. I'm trying to sell vegetables.
You're trying to trade.
Yeah.
You're trying to trade and fund your, you know.
Yeah, try to fund my farm operation. So like that's it for me. Or, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, maybe creating that thing, like that avenue for farmers like that, you know, young farmers like me that may want to start trading as well. So they
that's why even though you say, oh, what's up, but like if you create a program where it's a hybrid of teaching farming / teaching trading, that could be extremely valuable.
Yeah.
In time when it's all, you know, ready.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Yeah. And then like I was even trading all these random times. Like when I first started trading, I was trading Asian session. I was trading the Asian in the London crossover. But it was smacking back then. I mean, like, dude, I used to catch like 70, 80 pip swings just from out of Asia and London.
Breaking retests. That was breaking retest strategy.
Breaking retests. But then, like, you know, everything started changing.
Yeah.
Everything started changing.
Shout out Trump.
Yeah. But like, and you know, like I was saying, I was trading all these weird times, but now, you know, like I know, like London kill zone, I got a window between 2 and 5. I don't usually trade New York AM session because like that window's from like 7 to 10 or so. Mm-hmm. And like I'm already at the farm. I'm already gone. So like, but
you're unavailable. Yeah.
So but I can come in PM session for New York. So like come in about like 1:30 and then a lot of times, you know, that PM session set me up to swing that move into like Asian Open the next day or however it. So
yeah, so give me like a rundown. With ICT, is it one strategy that everyone's using, like it's smart money concepts or something, or is it like he teaches you different technicals and fundamentals, then you create your own strategy based on that?
Yeah,
is that what it's like?
Yeah, it's like because it's a plethora of entries, you know what I'm saying, techniques and stuff like that. But it's like kind of like, you know, what fits you, what fits your character. Because it's like, you know, you could trade fair value gaps, or you could trade imbalances, or you can.
I've seen the fair value gaps.
Yeah.
What is that? You know Paladin?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've seen his videos.
All right. So like from taking like micro and macroeconomics, like it's supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
Because like even in school, like they teach you fair value in school, and that's just like, you know, like you either have, whenever you have too many buyers, or you have, let's say if you have too many buyers and sellers don't get an opportunity, price will come back.
Right, there's an imbalance.
To fair value. Yeah. So it gives an equal opportunity. So that's pretty much what it boils down to, giving buyers and sellers both equal opportunity.
So relate this to farming. What's an analogy in farming about like a fair value in the market? Okay, let's say if I had a surplus of russet potatoes growing, like I just had like a whole lot of them. In that case, you know, like it still goes back to supply and demand, where it's like, you know, I got this huge supply, so now, you know, is there demand? Yeah. So you know, so I got to sell it real cheap. I have to sell it super duper, you know, real cheap, and that's buying at a discount. You know, but now let's say if I only have 50 to 100 pounds of potatoes, and some flu or something happened, you know what I'm saying, like something weird happened, and potatoes are scarce. Now I can charge y'all a premium. You know, so I can sell it to y'all high at a premium. Right. So the demand is high. The same. Similar concept. Demand. Yes, same. It's the same thing. Do you think like that at all in the market, or is it just separate? Like supply and demand with obviously your other business and this business, it's kind of similar. Yeah, I look at it the same way, because like, you know, I'm back home. I'm the only farmer. Everybody else, they grow like we're rural, so like there's a lot of cotton. We like we're like more textile type, so. It's, or like whenever they're growing corn and stuff like that, it's for the hogs and all of that type stuff. So nobody's not really actually growing, you know, produce for. So I'm the only one there, only young farmer that's doing that. And now I can charge a premium, because it's like, and then let's say whenever you go to the farmers markets, a lot of those people that are out there selling, they're reselling. So they went and bought it in bulk. Right. Somewhere like the average stuff you'll get out the grocery store. So it's like that tomato is not grown in, you know, saying, it's not premium, it's or it's local. Like, or, you know, I'm harvesting like, you know, the evening before market the next day. So it's super fresh. That's wild. Yeah. So it's like, so then like, you know, you can charge premium. Like, and my guy that, you know, that my mentor in farming per se, you know, like he's, you know, slinging lettuce mix for like $15 a pound. And like, I mean, it's money. Right, right. You know, like restaurants, they always want fresh stuff. Like if you think about, especially, you know, premium restaurants. Yeah, you know? And I'm pretty sure like down here in Miami, I know like, you know, your plate might be garnished with a little flour or a little, you know what I'm saying. You can charge for showmanship. Yeah, you could charge for all of that. Right. Yeah, so like, so it's the same way, or it's like, you know, like I may not have, you know, I may have X amount of lettuce left, so it's like, you know, like, oh, people want it, they're gonna buy it. So it's like, then you can charge a little bit more. So getting back to ICT, so the strategy, you said there's a lot of concepts, there's a lot of techniques. Yeah. What's the one that you've like resonated with the most? I've resonated most with I think it's the market maker course, and that was like pretty much like, because as you said, no indices for currencies. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm all about. That's all I trade is foreign currencies. I've never changed, and
I don't know why I haven't went over to the, and maybe like for the most part it's because like I know New York AM session. I'm not gonna be around.
Right, when you kind of got to be in, New York session.
So like
mixes.
I just do what works for, saying what works for me. But yeah.
Market maker.
Yeah, market maker primer course.
Is there like an indicator, or is it just?
No, it's a course.
It's like, but like this is all like just technicals.
Yeah, like if you just go through that, it just give you everything that you. So like I'm.
How many times have you been through?
Twice.
So not even.
But that one is not. It's not as bad as some of the, like, as far as like how long they are.
How long? Yeah.
It's like those are like really kind of like straight to the point. So if anybody is trading, Forex, I would suggest that market maker primer course, because that's where the real jewels are for me. Because like even when I was trading Asia too, like I used to get like manipulated a lot. But now like I wait for the midnight open price.
Speak on that. Like what do you mean by manipulated? Like how do you define it?
I just look at like whenever they hunting stops or whatever they're doing, or just pulling like and I don't even really look at it where it's like like, oh, like they manipulate me. This it's just that like orders are sitting at a certain
level,
certain price, and that's just where it has to come back to. Before it can like, because the markets are not against you. They're not. That's whatever you got going on with yourself. But the markets are just what they are. And like over time I've been able to figure that out. So like going with that midnight open price, like I'm looking at the Asian range, and then I'm also what I'm saying, when that midnight open price come in, if we're bullish, I'm waiting for it to pull down to a premium. I mean pull down to a discount if we're bullish, so I can buy it. And then if we midnight come in and we go up and we're bearish, then that's pulling up into that premium. So now I can sell it.
So how do you know when to enter according to this strategy?
I just look for whatever I need to look for, because like it don't hit,
you have like certain setups you go by, like certain ones that you look for?
Yeah, well I'm just really imbalanced trader.
You're looking for value.
Yeah, I'm looking for looking for the fair value, looking for just in looking at that specific because I know time and price.
I know Paladin. I was watching one of his videos and he was saying that, I don't know if this is an ICT thing, but he was saying that he has different accounts and he'll risk like 0.5% on one account, and then once he's up 2%, he'll start to risk 1%, right? Like he'll start to increase the risk. What is your risk management plan like?
Only risk 0.25%.
0.25%?
Yeah, 0.25% to half.
You risk 0.5, you start sweating.
Yeah, and that's at the like 0.5% at the most, because like in my R&R, like I could risk a quarter and make 2 or 3%.
That's fire.
Like, and I like keeping my risk super low, because like I think about this like, damn, I could have risked 1% on it. I could have changed my life.
Right.
But
you could have also fucked it.
Yeah. Also, so it's like and I'm really in for the long game.
Yeah.
I'm thinking long term, because like that same 0.25% on that 50K. If I get max funding with y'all, that on the 600,
it's over. I mean, look at Paladin.
Yeah.
He made 250K last year.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Yeah.
You make that, your operation about to scale.
Bro, we're booming. we are booming.
Because the good thing about the farming is like the demand is there if you produce high quality goods.
Right.
But you got to be capitalized to get going. Right. Some of these larger operations, there's not always gonna be a successful crop, right? Like things are gonna happen. The weather's gonna fuck it up, or whatever. Yeah. So if you have like very little money and the weather changes, like you're fucked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like like I would rather fund my operation myself, because then it's like if a tornado or a hurricane come through, or like when I have first put up my greenhouse. And we have like 2 different soil types out there. So one is like a sandy loam, which is like a very good draining soil. And then on like a front side, we have like very low draining, so it gets saturated and stuff.
Right.
And I put my greenhouse.
Do you put that soil there, or is it just how the land is?
Yeah, it's just how the land is.
Okay.
So like I had put up my greenhouse. See, another thing, like we're impatient, not being so. I put the greenhouse up before I got the soil testing done.
Okay. So you didn't know what the soil was, where it was.
Yeah. So that's why I messed up at the first time. So then it's like, we had, I think it was like 70 miles per hour, like gust of wind, and the field is just so open. Where you saw on the it's so open. So dude, like that greenhouse, like it looked like a monster. Like plastic flapping. It's coming out the ground. It's doing all type of stuff.
That sucks.
Yeah. So like, cause I'm in the process, like I took the greenhouse down and like we moved it, so we were able to salvage a good amount of it. Cause the greenhouse, it was like 120 foot long.
For those that don't know what a greenhouse is, what is the purpose of it?
Greenhouse, like, so you can use it for propagation. So like that's as far as like starting your seeds,
right? Your, whatever the hell it's called.
Germination chambers, all that. You can use that for that. Wintertime, that's where like you growing tomatoes in the winter. You growing cucumbers, you growing all that. And see, like, and most times you heat it with a wood stove or some type of, like, in the wintertime. But then in the summer, you'll just cover that with, like, shade cloth and stuff like that.
So it doesn't get too hot.
Yeah. So, like, because shade cloth, it'll drop your temperature by, like, 20, 30 degrees from what it is outside. And then the summertime, like, whenever it's cold out, if you just, not with the shade cloth, but just have your regular plastic, and it makes it about 20, 30 degrees higher. So, I know a lot of times it'll be like 20, 30 degrees outside, but inside the greenhouse, like sometimes, it gets up.
So it's really a way to like climate control in a way.
Yeah, just climate control. Like, and that's the biggest thing, because like, I feel like I could not farm or do what I need to do, like if I didn't, if like not working towards that, like it would be very hard just to grow everything outside.
Right.
Yeah. And then like, I thought, I was like I must be crazy because I picked two things, like the hardest things.
You did pick two hard things.
Cause like you got nature against you, and then you got this huge market, so I think like it's a sweet balance.
You said that you played what? You were in the band?
Yeah.
You said what instrument?
I played tuba.
And does that skill have any benefit to you in your new farming and trading?
No, and I haven't picked up an instrument like since I left school down there.
Okay,
I have not picked up an instrument ever.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah, but I mean all through like, and see, like I got a marching band because I played football.
Okay,
and then I played fullback, and I had like a nasty. I got helmet to rib. Contact, so had some fractured ribs, bruised ribs, all that, and I hung my cleats. So I said that was it for me.
You're out.
Yeah. So like, but it did. I had a scholarship that helped take care of some of the costs. But school's like $30,000. Scholarship ain't but like 10 grand or so.
So getting back into the ICT game. So you first started breaking retests. How long did it take before you found the ICT course?
I found him in like 2021, and then
did you get that first payout before ICT?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the 8K payout. Yeah, like
so
that.
You were getting lucky out here.
And this is the thing about it, like I didn't necessarily know market structure. Like, dude, I was trading news because like,
oh my god,
like the structure and shit, like it was killing me so bad, and I was like, the only time that
the thing
I
moves.
could, was during news, and and I was trading the Kiwi then. So like whenever they had like their interest rates or so, but see their stuff was like just one direction, like it just tear. But it's like it ain't like like Euro USD and stuff. And now it seems like even now it's just it whips, like, because before then, like, I don't know, like, but like I said, like, it's just, I felt like I've dealt with different markets. Like, I've dealt with the Trump presidency markets. I've seen the pandemic markets, Biden, whatever.
Bro, it's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like, but everything it's still the same though. Like, and that's what I've, come to terms with. It's like, it don't look exactly the same, or it wasn't but it's still all the same.
If you could surmise what is going on in the markets in 2 sentences, like 2 or 3 sentences, what would you say it's going on?
I don't, I don't have no, the market. It's become my friend here lately. So like the markets are cool with me, but like
based on everything you've learned, like you've been in all these different conditions, whatever. What do you surmise about the markets? What is it?
Dude, they'll chew you up and spit you out if you don't know what's going on. And I learned that, but I'm just thankful that I'm on the other side of that now. And
that's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. But ICT though, it definitely, helped me out. Like I didn't, and like I was telling you, it's like, I went through all of the chart work, all the technical and stuff, like I understood that, but then like I still had to grasp the psychology side of it. And that's what was monumental for me, because like I was telling you, like I went and started working at a grocery store, again, like during the holiday, maybe right at October. So I was like, hey, like, I got to at least have some, be able to have stuff for my son, whatever. So like I was working third shift, stocking overnight, and every day, like you was talking about the ICT Twitter Spaces, some guy has recorded all of them and put them on Spotify. So like when I'm in there stocking,
shout out the Spotify guy.
Yeah. While I'm in there stocking them shelves, every night, like think about how much I hate,
And this speaks on like how much you're not watching them. It's all just audio, right?
Yeah.
It's all psychology, really.
Yeah, it's all psychology, and that's what did it for me. Like every night, like that's all I listen to, like all of those spaces, and it's like you don't see a candle, you don't see nothing, and I feel like that's what like tuned me, or like reared me to really lock in and do stuff. And it's like like before I was I had the Lamborghini dreams, but then like it came to where it's like I'm just trying to make sure I can replace what I would have been making if I was working this 9 to 5. If I was still stuck.
That's a big realization to make.
Yeah,
that's a big realization.
And then it was all right. I want to consistently be able to make $150 or so every day in the market, because that's what I would have been getting paid if I was working at the So then it's like
everybody's so worried about making 20 grand, but if you make 3 grand, you don't have to work.
And then it's like and let's say like, and I was getting probably about like getting paid just twice a month, but getting like a couple G's a month, and my first payout was a couple G's for the month. So like I've replaced my income and what I would have made had I but I'm definitely about to start hunting.
Bigger.
Because like it's like, because I consistently did that, so now I feel like we can match the gas.
Yeah, like as a human, like I'm no psychologist, but from what I've surmised, it's really, you need to believe, right, that this is you.
Yeah. Oh, but see, like, and I didn't really like touch on, because like I feel like being a farmer, you have to exhibit the most faith.
100%.
Ever. Like I think that's what really did it for me, like, and like having faith in myself. I mean, like, and just like this was my first flight ever, to come down here.
We flew James out first flight
ever of my life, and like, and just considering the circumstances that it's for, where it's like I'm starting to see those seeds that I planted. Those couple years back, now they're finally starting to flourish, and they're starting to grow. So like I'm starting to grow better. I know how to propagate my seeds better. I know how to trade better. I know how to do something. Then it's
the same thing.
Yeah.
These ideas, you know what I'm saying? These habits are planting those, it's a very mainstream analogy, but
and that's
planting
why
seeds. And,
like my shirt, grow where you plant it. And with that's like, adapting to your environment.
That's big.
Thriving in that, because a lot of people environments are like, bad
shit
or whatever, but it's like, but you still have to adapt, like the roads that grew through concrete, You know, like
Dude,
that same. So like, grow where you plant it. That's my whole. You know, that's my mantra. That's my thing. You know, for everything. Cause like, you know, cause like for me it's agriculture, but for you or whoever else, it can be something totally different.
Yep.
But it's just adapting. You know, to your situations, whatever you got going on there. You know, coming out on top. Coming on top of it.
It's kind of like have that mentality is just make the best of it, right? Yeah. Make the best of what you have. And the reality is, not everyone's life is like filled with problems. You know what I mean? Like everyone nobody has a perfect environment. No one has perfect life. Everyone's got, no matter how much money you have, like it's just, everyone still has issues. And it's really just all it comes down to your mentality. Yeah. To get after it.
Yeah, and it's like, and where I come from, like, it ain't nobody. People not. It's a few of us that are like trading and doing stuff like that, but it's a very toxic place. It's really a trap.
Are there like a lot of drugs going on, or what's the deal over
shooting, there? Yeah, a lot of. I mean, but it's everywhere. No, it's but being that it's just such a small place, it seems like it's like just so much. You know what I'm saying, of it going on. And
well, no, rural areas in America are rough. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like for the most part.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, grew up on dirt roads, and like I was telling you, you know, like we just got Zaxby's, we just got Chick-fil-A. Zaxby's. We just got a Firehouse subs, and you know, like and we moved back home. And my son was born in 2021, right smack, you know, in the pandemic. So, and he was born premature. So we spent, you know what I'm saying, a couple months or so in the hospital.
Did they let you in the hospital?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we were in there, but then, you know, like, and the whole time he was sitting in, you know, in his little NICU unit, like, I was behind the charts. I was in the hospital, grinding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, grinding. Yeah. With my, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, and then, you know, that's when I had got that first, you know, 8K payout.
That's wild.
So it's like,
you locked in.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, you know, everything that I've, you know, encountered, been through, because even with my son, it's like, you know, nothing was wrong with him. He was just born early. He just had to grow. And it's like, you know, you be getting patient.
You got to nurture them if they're premature, right? Yeah. You got to take really good care. Like, you got to be careful.
Yeah. And like, you know, even with that, it's like, you know, I'm ready to just take him a barge out the hospital, just go. But then it's like, you know, like, nothing's wrong. He just got to grow. He just got to grow, and just having that patience. So I've had my past few years has been nothing but lessons of patience. And, you know, sometimes, you know, I renege and I do crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying, in the market. Like, it'll reflect, and a lot of that's just like, you know, like I was telling you, like I had went down like, you know, a few percent because me and my lady got into it, you know what I'm saying, at the house the other day. Like, it's a morning, like I have a chance to trade AM session. Right. You know, say we get up or whatever. She's talking about something. I'm just like, all right, you know what? I'm about to go back to my office or whatever. And she's like, you know what? I'm about to get ready to go. I'm about to go Starbucks and get me coffee. This, the other. So she leaves, and now I have to fix him breakfast. I have to do all this stuff. I'm like, now I could have, and right. And it was like I was just, you know, I had been waiting for it, and it was just about done, and I missed out. Like, could be like a nice. What? It would have been 8% a day, about 4K. You know what I'm saying?
Now, but think about like, okay, so I have a question. If that happens, right? It's something you can't control, right? Things are gonna happen, whatever. It's a life situation. Now, do you feel like that happening helps you for the following day? Like, it makes you lock in more, or messes you up?
It depends, cause I told myself like that. That's you know what? I'm not trading. I'm not doing anything. And and that's the day I traded. Yeah. And you know, and that's when I went down. Like, you know, when I should have just cooled my britches. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I just would have sat on my hands and came, you know, even wait until the PM session. Like, just some time just to cool out. But you know, and then it's like, you know, like I'm looking at my charts. I'm trying to scramble eggs. I'm trying to, like, you know, I just
like a madman.
Yeah, just too much going on, and it shows. You know what I'm saying? And it clearly showed when it was like, you know, and that's where I'm just at, where it's like, you know, some days you can chill. like even with like without nothing going on, like that's why I only trade like 3 days out the week now. Where just like like it don't take every day, and sometimes you save yourself some mental capital, some real capital, whatever. Because even with the farm, that's not an everyday thing. Like you'll get burned out, if you out there every day grinding. So like I do 3-4 days out the week and call it a day. So it's like kind of the same thing where it's like neither one of those
it's such a crazy
to be there every day.
This is why I wanted to hear more about like your story. It's such a crazy like complex because the fact that you're farming and like you're in the agriculture industry, but also now you're in trading. Like we talked in the car a little bit, like it's slow and fast.
Yeah.
Right? It's like super slow and super fast. So before like you had trading, like it seems as though you enjoy it, like the speed of, like what before this you just didn't have something that was fast, like it was just farming.
It was just farming and working a 9 to 5 and do like
that sounds
I was doing like and see and then like like I didn't come from a lot, like my parents, like I've always said like like I was always straight, I was always good, like I never wanted for nothing, but at the same time it still wasn't necessarily a lot like that. Yeah. So I've always had to work. I've always had to grind. Like I was doing 60, 70-hour weeks working. And then I was also going to school at that time as well. Like whenever I did move back to North Carolina, I was going to school and trying to maintain 60, 70-hour weeks of work and then 40 hours of school. I mean, not 40 hours, but like going to school full time.
Full time, yeah.
Like it was wild. And all of my life, like up to now, like I've kind of just been in survival, where it's like it was either like having this roof.
You were not in control.
No. Like like it was more like I need to have have this roof over my head, or I need to have I didn't have my lights cut off on me before, or what I'm saying, just have $4 left and trying to decide what time of the day I want to go get this 4 for $4 for Wendy's. Like just straight grind,
straight survival mode.
Yeah. And now, I got the power.
You got a good opportunity, man, with the land.
Yeah.
The land is like the most valuable thing in the whole world.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, and even with learning how to trade, that brought me, because like I don't trade crypto or anything like that, but I was looking at like NFTs and stuff like that. So I started an NFT project for the farmers well called Lettuce Heads. Lettuce Heads NFT. And
what's the goal? What's like the whole thing behind that?
Yeah, so we're bringing the people in, trying to get them on board and giving them the opportunity. So like either being able to provide produce for like food banks and stuff, like they can choose to donate it, you know what I'm saying? Or being able, because my end goal for the farm is to be able to ship produce to your door.
Yeah.
Like you order, even if you're in Miami, you could order your salad mix, we out there harvesting it, and then like HelloFresh, they kind of, I don't know if you got HelloFresh before.
Yeah, I know.
The package, everything. So
there's farms that do this right now. There's some big ones out in Georgia. They'll ship you meat like directly to your crib. You can buy like vegetables and shit.
Yeah,
I forgot exactly what it's called, which one, but yeah, it's a concept. It's already.
Yeah. So there's
a lot of logistics behind that, setting that up.
Yeah, and say like, and even with like on the meat side and stuff, like a lot of times like you can't ship outside of that state or there, but like with produce, it's a lot more lenient. So it's like as long as you can meet those temperature, quotes and stuff like that, you'll be fine.
Why don't you do animals?
I feel like they have a conscience. They think just like I think, and I feel like they're like, oh shit, I'm about to get slaughtered today.
About to get smacked.
Yeah. Like like I even think about my dog and like how she got feelings. She might, but I'm just like it just I can't do it. I just can't do it. And like and I think like at one point in my life I was vegan. So, and I eat a little meat stuff here and there now, of course. Yeah. But that kind of always resonated with me, where it's like, and it's nasty. It's a nasty.
It's a nasty operation.
Yeah. The only thing that I've been thinking about is potentially chicken farms.
Little chickens.
Yeah, because like eggs and stuff are through the roof, but like like even before that though, like the chicken houses. I don't know if you ever saw like those real long chicken houses.
Coops, yeah, whatever.
Dude, like $1 million a house a year.
Shit.
Yeah. So then, like, you know, we got, and the farm where I'm starting at, like, that's just like where I'm starting at. Like, I got other land, other like 200 plus acres. And
where is that at?
That's actually in my hometown. That's like family land as well on the other side.
How did your family get all
this
land?
So like we're just in like a very rural. It's a very, very rural area, and back then, like, it was a lot of like dollar in the deed type situations and stuff like that. Where it's like on one side of my family, like we actually own like a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying, like, and like where like a lot of restaurants are sitting now, a lot of stuff. And that's the thing too, like we gotta, like, people gotta stop selling their land. Yeah, they gotta keep, because like a lot of times and I'm glad I got the opportunity, because like now I can like potentially create some generational wealth or do something life changing. Like,
your family sold some of that land, the lots, or no? No,
not where I'm farming at, but on the other side, like they definitely, you know, sold some land, because like as soon as they see $1, they wanna, you know, they wanna go get it.
Nah, you gotta keep it, bro, because you could generate that passive income.
Yeah, and they ain't like they making no more land. Like they, like how they printing money, they ain't gonna print no more land like that. So, you know, that was my whole thing, like being able to, you know, preserve that land, get it back, you know, to its glory, to its, because like, and my granddad was an organic farmer as well. So it's like this, it's perfect. Like there ain't never been a chemical sprayed.
That's wild.
You know, at all. Like, because whenever they came and did the soil testing and stuff, they were just so amazing. I'm like, let me watch y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all acting like y'all a little too happy about how the condition of the soil.
How this test came out.
Yeah, and see, like, and then the farm, it's in such a rural area, so like the average household income, like as a household, is like $15,000, $20,000. The nearest grocery store is about like 30 minutes away. So you're in a food desert. And you got all these low wages. So it's like we got an opportunity where it's like now, you know what I'm saying, even with like farming, with trading, it's not only going to be able to provide for the infrastructure, but for be able to afford payroll, you know, to pay people and actually paying them a livable, you know what I'm saying, more than just putting bread on their table.
What's wild is, like, if you can continue to leverage the accounts to invest in the operations, as they grow larger, they'll be more self-sustaining. Right? Which will then start, like, a movement in the area, which would be pretty wild, right? Yeah.
So then, like, you know, you can create jobs. Now, people ain't got to drive 30 minutes to go get their food or whatever. So, like, you're killing a few birds with one stone. Sheesh. You know, ultimately.
Get into the TFT. So, you started 2019, 2020, got your first payout 2021. And then when did you find TFT and start trading with, and whoever else you're trading with?
When I had finished because pretty much all last year I went through like all ICT stuff. Like I was just demo trading. I did a few challenges. Matter of fact, dude, I got I passed 4 funded accounts, blew all of them.
You ever trade your own money?
I've never traded my own money.
Dude, this is wild.
I've never traded my own money.
A lot of people now that have started when you did are just like the same thing.
Yeah, because I was like, I would rather, while I'm learning and stuff like that, I'm good at...
You're like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to blow this.
Yeah, but like soon, and that's ultimately the goal, like, you know what I'm saying, to be able to get enough capital for all enough payouts to where, you know what I'm saying, that funded account is just like where it's like, oh shit, we need to get a greenhouse today or something. Then I can just go in the market and boom, boom. But then it's like having that own personal account that you can, you know, do whatever
you want.
Maybe, you know, maybe be a little more riskier.
Well, for you, it's kind of like, you know, you're, instead of having a personal account, it's like just take the prop funds and put it into agriculture, like put it into the farm.
And that works. You know what I'm saying?
Because some people, man, don't. This is my thing, is some people don't have the business outside of trading to invest in. Yeah. They're just only trading.
Yeah. Get you a business.
Get you a business.
Get you a business. Because otherwise, like, because, you know, I'm even doing a 501c3, all that. So then it's like, you know, I'm looking at tax situations and stuff like that, where it's like you got a nonprofit, put that money in a nonprofit, not taxable.
Yeah,
all of that.
I have one too.
Yeah, or you know what I'm saying, it's just that I'm not paying these crazy capital gain taxes because now I got somewhere where I can, you know, kind of funnel the money, move stuff. So get you a business, get you a nonprofit.
The whole tax situation's a fucking bear, man.
Yeah, it's so that's why easy, I'm trying to figure out. Like I just got me a CPA out of Atlanta, a good family friend. So like he's doing all my account stuff for not only for trading but also for the farm. As well.
That's lit.
So,
that's lit. You got to pile up those expenses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't get robbed with the...
Yeah, because like, even with farming, it's like, you know, like you all those, you know what I'm saying? And
there's a lot, bro. There's a lot of write-offs with farming.
Yeah, like and get QuickBooks if you don't got it. Get
at the minimum, get QuickBooks.
Yeah, at the minimum. So like, because that has like helped me in there. Even like this year is like really the first year that I really started keeping up with.
It's so hard, man. Yeah. It's so hard. Like I've had a business for 6 years now, like various businesses, and the hardest thing has just been maintaining the self-discipline of my books, right? Because then if you do that, then you know what have you expensed, like what have you made, what can you possibly expense to get your tax liability down, right? Like where do you have room? Like did you make $80K this year on the books, and then could you buy a car or equipment or whatever to help offset that? If you don't know, if you're not keeping books and you're just cleaning it up at the end of the year, you're behind, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So and I just think about, you know, like think about farming, like buying seeds or
that was a lot of expenses.
Or just like gas going back, because the farm is about like 35 minutes away from my house, so I got a little commute. So, you know, even keeping up with different gas receipts, or you know,
you got like quads on your farm or no?
What's that?
You have like ATVs on your farm or no?
No ATVs, but I got a couple tractors, a walk behind tractor. So I use my walk behind tractor for most of the stuff I do, because like I don't do like acreage pretty much. I do like more square foot stuff. So I do like 30-inch beds, and they be like 100 foot long. So like one of those, you know, like if you just do a salad mix in one of those, 100-foot bed gets you about like 150 pounds of lettuce. So out of that one bed each month.
Sheesh.
So yes, I do like more square foot stuff. So it's like everything's not spaced out crazy. Everything's pretty easy to manage and whatnot. So yeah, and you know, even my parents, like they grew up farming and they did stuff whatever, you know, they'd be like, well, you need to do this, you need that. I'm like, yo, this is a new age. Because like there's no way I would be farming and doing, like, if it was still the way y'all had to do it, I would not be doing it now. So it's like, you know, we learn to, you know, work
like anything else. There's new
harder.
Techniques and stuff now, right?
Yeah.
And then so you said potentially looking to get into growing some marijuana when it becomes legal.
Yes,
in the area.
Come on, North Carolina. I feel like
what's good with them? I thought it was legal there.
No, they still playing around. Like we're not even like medicinal. Like we don't even have that now. Hemp is legal. Hemp is legal. And you know, like I was thinking about that, like more on the hemp fiber side, because like one of my boys, he has contracts with Dickies and Patagonia, and
wild.
he sells the hemp fiber.
What do they do with it? They make clothing?
Yeah, they make Patagonia. They just drop some nice overalls.
Hemp-based.
Made out of hemp-based overalls. Patagonia.
Starting to come back.
Yeah, Dickies, all of them are kind of doing that same stuff. And, I mean, it's just so many use cases.
For hemp.
For just hemp alone. So, like, you know, so a lot of people, you know, like I might not even do flour, you know, but I'm really just trying to be able to be in that position so that whenever they do press the button, we can go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, make stuff happen. You know, rather than already having a few, you know, smoke shops or whatever set up there, you can convert those into dispensaries or, you know, whatever. So you're kind of...
There's definitely money, like big money in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
New emerging industry.
Yeah. Money, because, you know, people say, you know, money don't grow on trees, but it does. Money grows on trees. Money grows out the ground.
It does.
Yeah.
So if you were to have a conversation with ICT, right? This guy, what would you say to him? Or what would you ask him to?
I wouldn't ask him that, but bro, you know what I'm saying, changed everything for me. And you know,
That's wild.
and yeah, he really changed. You know, he changed the game for me, like and really it was just like my psychology. That was really what it boiled down to. And all of those late nights, you know, throwing cans on the shelves and you know all that, and just tapped in, listening with him. That really, you know, just solidified everything. You know, I had quoted him in one of my, you know, when I had got when my payout was coming and stuff, I had, you know, sent him a tweet. He ain't hit me back. You know what I'm saying? He ain't hit me back enough, but I definitely, you know,
he's gonna see this 100%.
Yeah, I definitely thanked him for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just on the principle, like, dude, like, you've gave me something that now I can really, you know, because even with the farm, everything, like, it's so much bigger than me. It's bigger than me. Is because I feel like you ain't doing nothing until you can help some. Oh, well, definitely help yourself first, take care of yourself. But then after that, what are you doing to make that effect? What are you doing to leave your mark? You know what I'm saying? Before you leave this mug. And
this
you know,
mud filled earth.
Yeah, and I feel that, you know, he gave me the sauce. He opened my eyes. You know, he's
like the Grand Master.
Yeah, you know, he that's my dog. That's my man. And then, like, you know, like people that ask me, you know, like whenever I like post my setups, and I don't really do too much.
Are you active on social media? Like, where do you
I am. I'm on Twitter, Twitter, Instagram.
We'll post in the description. We'll post some of his links.
What's my Instagram? Oh yeah, The Organic Hustler on Instagram. I don't really post, like, if you don't see no charts. I don't really post charts or anything.
Yeah, it's just farm life.
Yeah, farm life, family. Yeah.
So what is it? The Instagram again?
The Organic Hustler.
Okay. And then Twitter too?
Twitter is what is it?
What are you most active on?
Organic Hustler _. I'm most active probably on Twitter.
Twitter?
Here lately.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know, like, I don't really, like, I'll post my setups here and there, but it's like I don't act like I'm no guru or that, you know, my trade is better than yours, or
you're not out here teaching people. You're out here trying to fund the farm.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, all that, you know what I'm saying? All of the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, yeah, y'all got that. I'm good. Like, cause
is there like an ICT Discord or like group chat or something, or no?
No, I'm not in no.
No,
I'm not in no dude. I'm in the Funded Trader Discord.
You are in the Funded Trader Discord. That's a wild place.
My boys that I, you know what I'm saying, used to trade with and stuff, and then, like, I even love it now because it's like all of us had locked in because we used to be on the charts together and stuff like that. But now, we don't even have to be together, and we end up taking the same trades. So that means obviously we looking at the same stuff.
Yeah, that's
like
wild.
You know, I send my screenshot. Hey, look what and I'm usually like catching it at the very tippy top or the very bottom, and then like they wait and get in on like those next. You know what I'm saying, retracement stuff like that. So then it's like, okay, well, I'm in that here, so then like I can kind of see where y'all in this, and then now I could potentially like scale. You know, but nobody don't be
and learn from them.
Yeah, but like I'll be down with the sharks and the, you know what I'm saying, the fishes. I mean the whales and stuff. Like, I be down there, and
that's wild.
You know, so that's my whole thing. And because for me, I have, for some reason, like, I have to really like catch like that top or that bottom, because like anything else be in between, like, I don't like drawdown. So it's like I was telling you, I managed, like, once I went through, like, because I didn't take, like, once I did all the psychological, you know, pulling and all of that stuff, I came to TFT. And, you know, I went through phase 1 and 2, zero drawdown. And, you know, and that's something, you know, I brag on that. Like,
that's,
you know,
that's fire.
I finished, you know, I'm not even really like a win rate, you know, type of trade, whatever. But like, you know, when I got my first payout, I finished the month 72% win rate, 73%.
Sheesh.
And I only traded like 12 days out of that month.
Damn.
So like that's where it, you know what I'm saying, because only 3 days out of the week. 4 weeks.
For the people that are over trading, like, what do you got to say to them? Because there's so many people just fucking.
I tell my son, you're gonna learn that hell is hot. You know, you're gonna learn that is, you know what I'm saying, that fire burns. And, you know, I just stay out. You know, like in a lot of like once again, that's just that battle that you know, juggle with yourself. Cause like, you know, I tell myself like, you know, I give myself, you know, if I'm in my right mind, I give myself, you know, like 1% a day to lose. And I risk 0.25% per trade, so that's potentially four setups.
Trades. That's a lot. It's a lot of trades.
Yeah, it's 4 setups, but then it's like, you know, but then I look back on my day and then I had like 8 or 9 trades on there. I'm like, where they, you know, like what happened here?
Yeah. You gotta check yourself.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's that constant having to rear yourself in, like have to pull yourself back. And I feel like that's with like everything in life. Like you gotta kind of, you know, just gotta have that balance. Find your sweet spot, whatever that is, and you know.
What do you? So ICT he tweeted a couple weeks ago, and he asked what prop firm he should work with or something. What would you think if he ended up trading with a prop firm? What do you think would happen?
If he does, I would make sure that however y'all do things, whatever's connected,
there's money behind him.
You need to. You know what I'm saying? I definitely would, but then it's like, you know,
what does he trade now? Like, what is his thing?
He's just trading like S&P and indices. So like, I think he's been mentioning about these future prop firm positions. I've never traded futures, so I don't know like what's a contract. You know,
right. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, like just trying to figure that out. I mean, like eventually, I feel like, you know, that would be, you know, the move. But yeah, so I seen him looking at some stuff. But you know, I feel like if he do come, you know,
we better get ready.
Yeah, or it's like, you know, I just hope that it don't turn into like, because I've been seeing, who was it, FTMO, whoever, like people say they was like copying trades and stuff with it. But it's like and you could potentially like,
they blocked like probably like $750K in payouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, but with those concepts, it's like some people do have the same entries and the same
the
stock.
The traders were guerrilla trading, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a group. That sounds very similar to ICT. Like they're all going to trade the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and it's just like, you know, like whatever you really got, you know, whatever your risk appetite is, like, and that's like, you know, if you're getting in on at those bottoms, or if you waiting, you know, because sometimes it's good, sometimes you have to wait as well. So, but yeah, that's my man. That's my man. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. You've changed the trajectory of my life. I know everybody thinks you. Definitely not gonna call you the GOAT because you don't like that. So, but you my man, 100 grand. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, just from my perspective, it's quite clear that Mike, that's his name. It's quite clear that he's really giving information that is valuable, and really leading, you know, men and women to think the right way about how to make money.
Yeah.
To the point where I can tell when I'm speaking with you that there's no doubt in your mind that you are on the right path, which is interesting. Because I've spoken with a lot of people, and there's a lot of traders that are not with ICT, and a lot of them are very like unsure, insecure about what they're getting lucky, right?
Yeah.
And they're trading a strategy that might work today, might not work tomorrow. One of the things that you said, which is profound to me, is that he's been in the market for 30 years, so he's seen so many different conditions.
Yeah. Just as long as I've been alive.
So it's fair to say that it's fair to say that what he's teaching you can be adapted to any condition.
Yeah. And then everything that's out there, you know what I'm saying, smart money, it's just recycled.
What he's teaching, yeah.
Yeah. Or it may have a different name, or it may, you know, because I even feel like, you know, like he probably even got some stuff from, I think you talk about like Larry Williams and stuff like that, but you know, it goes to where it's like it's nothing new under the sun.
No.
There's nothing new under the sun, but you know, if I'm gonna go to the source, like, you know, I'm not about to go through a middleman. I'm gonna go straight to the plug.
If you guys are buying courses out there,
buy a funded account instead of a course.
Instead of buy the funded account, fund your own account, whatever. Buy your mom flowers. Go learn for free on YouTube. It's
go learn
there
for free. Don't put no real money in no account yet. Just go learn. Go learn. Do your, you know what I'm saying, do your due diligence, do what you have to do. And then it's like, and I'm not here to, like I tell everybody too, it's like, I'm not an ICT fanboy. So it's like, I'm not about to be pushing ICT towards you. And I don't do that.
Right.
Like I don't.
You're just minding your business.
Yeah, I don't go to bat for him. Like, or none of that. It's just like where I'm just like, hey, like, I just know this stuff work. But then it's also where it's like, I see other people do other stuff that works for them.
Right.
And that just goes back to like just your psychology, because some people are still breaking retests. Some people are just trading that brick out and going for the day. Like, but 1-to-1s, 2-to-1s, they pay, but like I'll be trying.
They're over time. You gotta have a high win rate with that.
Yeah, but like that's why I like, I can potentially get me a 6-to-1, 7-to-1, whatever, going about my.
Sheesh.
That's and then like even.
What was the biggest trade you've hit on a funded account? Like what risk reward?
Like 15 to 1.
15 to 1.
Yeah. Like 15 to 1.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but then it's like then you see that like you be seeing that people do a 50R, 60R, all that. But now like that stuff is also obtainable.
Yeah,
like, because
dependent. Yeah,
it was just one guy like before I had found ICT, like the way he was he took everything off YouTube. He removed everything, but he had us trading with 1 pip stops.
1 pip stops.
1 pip stops. But only risking, like 0.15.
Yep.
Like you even risking less than a quarter, but that R&R.
It's kind of like if you risk 0.10, right? And you have a 1 to 10 RR, right, on the 1 pip stop, you could lose 10. You could lose 9 out of 10 trades and break even.
Yeah.
Which
it'd still be good. Yeah. So that's the way I was. And then I feel like even now, I feel like that's why I be like, trying to get the tops and bottoms. But I'm also, I'm giving it space to breathe now. So like I use maybe 5 to 8, something around. So
small stops.
Yeah,
small stop loss. Yeah,
still small stops. But
what
just
time frame you looking on? Like 5 minute?
I'm taking like as of lately, I've been off 15 minutes. I've just been straight like 15. Like I look at my macros or whatever, and then I go down to because like before I was like a lot of 1 minute, a lot of 5 minute type deal, 2 minute chart. But see, like and I don't use TradingView. I trade straight off MetaTrader.
MetaTrader, yeah.
MT5, which I love that premium because like you can use all them same custom time frames and all that, and like I don't use no indicators, so like I don't use no,
that's
I
wild.
graduated
Just
from
MT5.
that.
You're straight MT5.
Yeah.
You trade on your phone or no computer?
Yeah, computer. I use Magic Keys.
Okay.
So.
Shout out Magic Keys.
Yeah, shout out shout out Raja. I know Raja and Mike and got some beef, but that Magic Keys is.
Isn't Raja doing Raja concept?
MCC, SMC, whatever. Smart Raja concept. SRC, SRC. But like even with that, you know what I'm saying. But I use Magic Keys. That has.
Dude, what a great invention.
Yeah.
Magic Keys.
Yeah.
Like
see, when I was first like. Just learning to trade, like my girl, like that was my one of my gifts for my birthday, in addition to my son, because like I spent my 30th birthday in labor week because he's born on the 27th. I was born 26. So
yeah, it's his birthday coming up. So shout out, happy birthday, let's go.
Yeah, that's why I said like this is a grand, this is really a big deal to me. Being able to do this because I feel like from this point forward, like. I can really grow and I can really thrive because the biggest fear I had was flying. heights, because like I don't do roller coasters, I
Right.
don't do none of that. So now it's just, I feel like it was like this glass ceiling that was just hovering, that
Bro,
over me,
that's
and I
life.
just kept,
Yeah.
not being able to break out. But I got my wings now. Thanks to you, bro. I got my wings.
Bro, that's wild because in life, right? It's all about, from my opinion, what are your insecurities, right? And if you can smash those, right? You can, whether it's just hop on a flight or whether it's you gotta go to the gym or whatever, you could smash those insecurities, dude. You become so free.
Yeah, you gotta grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just
And it's
gotta,
like the next thing.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so what's next? So yeah, that's why I'm just like, now I feel, like what I don't got no other fear, like, and I don't got to fear failure, because like I've hit rock bottom so many times and I ain't go no further down. So I'm like, shit, obviously it ain't.
That's it. Yeah.
It can't be too much bad, like too much more worse.
Yeah, that it's been.
Yeah, so now it's just all about, the
What's
elevation.
2023 goals for you?
2023 is secure as much. I'm trying to, like, I want to get max funding with y'all this year, as far as on the trading side. That's my thing. Just trying to get that max funding. Farm goals is infrastructure. Like, I have to get still need a cooling storage. Need those houses. So this is really just that, like, all of those seeds that have been planted, like, I could see the results. I could see stuff happen. So it's like, now it's like, it's really this year. It's like that,
What's wild, man, is if you lock in this year, and granted, who knows, life could happen, like anything could happen, right? But say around this time next year, right? You're still locked in, you're trading, maybe you're with us, FTMO, whatever, right? It would be interesting to have another pod.
Yeah, let's do it. And I'll fly you to the farm.
I'll be down.
Yeah.
Let's do it on the farm.
Yeah.
I'm down.
And that way, but yeah, man, this, is the motivation grind. And seeing what got me too, is like, I was looking at all the hard work I was putting in, stuff that was happening. And then somebody in another city close by us that has started a hydroponic strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
what's your opinion on that? The hydroponic.
I hate hydroponics because
it's not legit. Like, it's not good.
Do not, if something's hydroponically grown, do not support it, please, because it's
nutritionally far inferior to anything else.
Yeah, it's that. It's also that it releases a toxic waste salt that has to be run off. It runs off, and most times that doesn't run off into a stream or whatever. It's getting back into that soil. So it's like you're thinking man-made nutrients, because it's just nutrients that goes through a stream of water, like they just touches the roots. But like, even with what they were doing, dude, like, out of the blue, it's probably like 15 or 20 greenhouses just pop up. Just out of the blue.
Hydroponic.
Yeah. And then it's like, they got the tunnels, they got the roll-up sides, they got, Dutch bucket systems, they got the whole nine. Bathrooms, they got, they got the whole works out there. And I'm just like, somebody has some money.
Yeah,
to
be
just
coming in,
out of the blue, like in the snap of a finger. And I'm just thinking about how hard I'm working, trying to just put in my one little greenhouse, or like just the money that I'm having to, try to piece together stuff. So I'm just like, I want to be able to do that. And ultimately, I mean, it's surprisingly now it's like, it looks completely run down. Like those folks where all that stuff went up, and now everything is all grew up inside. It's,
that's wild.
They
like abandoned it.
Yeah, what I'm saying, not even doing nothing with it. So I'm just like, bro, like, and it's just like, give me an opportunity like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm really gonna, make some stuff shake, and and I really believe that, nothing worth having comes easy.
No.
And to whom much is given, much is required. So,
dude, a lot is required.
Yeah.
To reach new levels.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So that's all it is. And I got, between the farm, the trading, like my son, my lady, it's like everything is growing at the, same time. Like, and my lady, she's she's from the same hometown as me as well, and she ended up moving to like the city I was staying in at the time or whatever, and we linked up like right before the world went shit with the pandemic. So it's like now, you know, we've seen the world changing. Like it's never gonna be the same way it was before.
No.
So it's like now I got like my best friend that I can build and grow with. You know, beautiful son, business, trade, like everything is just like flourishing and growing all together. And you know, and giving each one of those the time it needs. So you know, like, and that's what really,
that's amazing.
I feel like that's what really got me, because I was spending more time on the chart than I was spending time with my lady and my son. And that was, but I mean, I feel like that's just that grind that I had to put in, you know, starting out stuff. But now, like, you know, because she can tell the change in me, like,
and she was just supportive on everything.
Yeah, like she's still figuring it out, you know. So, but you know, she's, you know, like, cause she's still, well, not now. Before, you know how people like they want the best for you, and they don't necessarily want you to get hurt or anything like that. So that's how I was with her in trading, where it was just like,
when you're starting off, she's doesn't know if this is what you should be doing, what you waste time, whatever.
Or seeing how it was like stressing me out, and how I was. But you know, that's just what it takes to, you know, to make it happen. But you know, even with Mike, that was one thing that resonated with me too, when he was talking about, you know, the time he spent away from his family, how he wish if he could do it all over again, he wouldn't give that much time anymore. So that's, you know, for me, that's, you know, finding that balance in. And I've, you know, whenever she sleep, you know what I'm saying, that's when my little window, like, I could be up and trade, you know, do whatever. My son sleep, everything. And then I know when that morning come.
This is a big lesson for people. It's don't only prioritize your business, right?
Yeah.
Prioritize family.
Yeah. Give everything the time that it needs, I say. So, like, you know, for me, is, you know, it's God, family, farm. Like, trading is like almost like last on my, you know, on my total on
your list.
On my totem pole on my list. Like, trading is like, you know, I mean, well, look, the NFT stuff even below that. But like, trading is like, it's not at the forefront of my life. Like, you know, with a lot of people, so it's not. Nah, it's not any. And then
that's powerful, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of like it's not like you don't need it, but at the same time, that's not like a pillar or an anchor of your life. It's a supplemental.
Yeah, that's all it's doing is, you know, supplement. And then it's like, you know, because I want my thing is that, like, I still want to, you know what I'm saying, make it happen.
Make
like,
it happen.
Yeah, because like,
get
you know,
I
want to be pulling up somewhere, you know what I'm saying, in my Lambo with some overalls on, and get out the car and say, "Hey, what you do for a living?" I'm a farmer. They gonna be like, I'm a farmer, but I drive a Lambo.
Yeah.
But y'all not necessarily, I'm, you know what I'm saying, and that's what, you know, and I don't just be all out, I'm a trader. You know, I kind of just keep that.
Well, you know what's interesting? It's really all about, it's not even for, like, you've chosen trading as an avenue to make money, but it's going back to the psychology. It's all about you're trying to just understand yourself and what you're good at and what you're not good at, and just how to navigate, whether it's farming or trading or whatever, how to navigate it with the right, like, attitude and mentality so you can be successful.
Yeah.
That's
everything. Where you plant it.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
It's all about just having the right mental, and it seems like you're locked in, because I believe that if you can establish that mentality, and then whatever you choose to do, whether it be farming, whatever, business, there's so many people that don't have that mentality, right?
Yeah.
And if you can continue to hone and craft that mentality and improve it and whatever, optimize it, you're gonna become the leader in the space, realistically. Yeah. And that's when you pull up in the Lambo.
Yeah.
You know, that's when you have an operation that's, you know, producing a high quality of fruit or vegetable, and, you know, in high amounts, high quantity. So it's like, it's all just about locking in.
Yeah. And then, like, you know, and I'm glad, like, I came into trading whenever I did, because it's like I'm a lot wiser, and I think a lot differently than, you know, I did a few a few years ago, like, or or even seeing people now that that are killing it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got these crazy mortgages, rent, or y'all got they get a whole lot of things that are liabilities, things that ain't nothing is an asset.
No,
and I think if we prop traders, if we can take this opportunity that they're giving us and actually build assets behind these things that are gonna sustain you in the long run, I'm like, I hope and pray that, I want to see prop firms around for like a million years later, but you never know, like something can happen.
Oh, it's a crazy game.
Like something that's not even in y'all, nothing y'all can even control. Like something.
I mean, dude, look at Trump's casinos in the 80s or in the 90s. They were doing really well.
Yeah.
Then he went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So any business is, as long as it's open, is open to risk.
Yeah.
And can falter, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So
right.
To your point, I mean, you right now is the time. There's many prop firms out there, not just the funded trader. Like there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's time to lock in and take advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah. Because to me, this is like, I look at this like this is my golden egg. Like this is my opportunity, because if it wasn't for prop firms, if it wasn't for the opportunity, like I would still be trying to figure out how I'm gonna fund my farm.
That's nuts.
Or what's gonna, what needs to happen. Or, matter of fact, I would be farming and trying to work a 9 to 5.
Bro, I remember when I first found out about FTMO, I was in like 2019. I was just trading whatever, and it blew my mind. Like the whole concept and like the opportunity, it just made so much sense, and it was what everyone was looking for. Right? So the product is just so good, and it really just is an amazing opportunity for people to take advantage of. It just so happens that most people are not that great at trading.
Yeah.
It's extremely difficult.
Yeah. Because dude,
you realize probably the last 5 interviews we did, or the last 10 interviews we did, maybe 50% of them were ICT people, which is nuts.
Yeah. I mean, and I feel like, even us all, going through ICT and stuff like, but it's still, if you like really lock in, like you'll be able to dig deep inside of yourself, find out others, because like if you put all of us together, I'm pretty sure we still have all different, just perspectives on
trade,
things and what we're doing.
What would you tell like someone who's taking ICT but's like struggling?
Keep at it.
Yeah.
Just keep.
What'd you do? You watched the videos, you back test, like what was the process?
I watched a lot of videos. I don't like the back test. I forward test. So
okay.
like I don't do a lot of going back. Now that wasn't until like I started using that soft forex.
I don't know.
It's a simulator.
Okay.
It's a trading simulator that I had got, and like I'll go back in time maybe and
then you can like forward test in
the back. But like it'll play it in real time.
Yeah.
Like every tick, every like versus on trading view is kind of like
that shit's like the magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like or you can like with that simulator, it's like you really could take entries. You could set it where like not the make it where you can play back candles. So if you take that L, you really gonna take
the L. Yeah.
So yeah, but like I did more forward testing because like pretty much all of last year I was on demo, but like, I was just catching like the plays of the day or what I would do, but like I don't really do too much, a lot of back testing, too much like that.
Well, listen, man, it's been fun to have you on the pod. We're gonna get you some cash. We're gonna get you an account too. We're gonna get that to you. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you after this. But dude, really appreciate you coming out. It's been fun to have a chat. Again, anyone that wants to find you, we'll put it down in the description, and you could tell them where you're at too.
Yeah, but yeah, once and I would just like to thank you. And see, this is the thing, y'all. Like, I got that payout, and I was just ready to get my payout. I was like, bro, like I'm in the funded trader chat, whatever. I'm like, hey, Angelo, can I shoot you a message I'm just trying to find out about my payout. And I'm just like, now I'm telling him like, hey man, I appreciate this. Like, this really is gonna change some things for me and what I'm doing with the farm and stuff. And then, once he heard what I was doing, he flew me out here, all included. Like, he paid for the hotels, paid for the flight. You know what I'm saying?
We'll get you some cash.
yeah, and I feel like that's, you know what I'm saying? And that also goes to show where it's like, when you think people aren't watching, or when you think what you're doing is going unnoticed, God or whatever will show you, like, and obviously, like, you respect the grind, respect what I'm doing, find it real, admirable, and like nobody's not doing it. So, to hear it firsthand, and now it's like, you see these seeds planting stuff, then we'll be able to look back, couple years.
Nah, I knew you were getting busy, man. I knew you were getting busy, and I talked to a lot of people, and most people just aren't super interesting people.
Yeah,
I knew you were getting busy, and like it's just at the end of the day, I'm trying to connect with more people, like you. We're all out here just trying to grind and trying to make it happen. Having you on the pod obviously helps us. We're trying to tell your story, which helps you, and like you said, it's a kind of a big milestone for you too.
Yeah. And if y'all want to follow, we'll put that up there too, but forthesoulfarms.com. And if you want to grab merch, organichustlers.co. And that's what I actually started, like, before I was like really, really trading like that. I started a clothing line, and I was using the profits to offset the startup cost for the farm.
You been hustling.
Yeah. And I was doing, and was doing like real good with that, but it's still where it's like, that still ain't gonna get it.
No.
That still ain't gonna do, like, it ain't but so many shirts you can hustle.
Making 10% on a 400K account's gonna get it.
Yeah, that's life changing. That's life changing.
Yo.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
It's been fire.
Yeah.
Let's go.